Welcome to the second part of the Old Time Jam Survival Guide. My name is Tom Collins. I am your host. This is a part of a larger banjo learning project that I call Banjo Quest, and you can find more about that in the link below. Go to patreon.com/TomCollins, and it's all there, along with tablature for this lesson. So rest assured that it is impossible even for veteran players to walk into a given old-time session and know 100% of the tunes that are being played. So what do? Do they sit out? No, they still go and they still play on tunes that they don't know. They'll even play on tunes that they've never heard before. And this is all to say you don't want to let a shorter repertoire keep you from getting out to a good old-time session. There are tips and tricks to help you get through, and I'm going to start showing you them today. So in the next 2 episodes of the Old Time Jam Survival Guide, I'm going to teach you guys some backup basics. In this episode, I'm going to be teaching you some patterns to use in the key of G, and then next week, I'm going to show you guys how to take those patterns and apply them to other keys and other tunings. All right, so let's dive in. Today, we are going to be playing in the key of G. I'm in standard G tuning. And I'm just going to show you some vamping patterns moving between chords G and C. So the pattern I'm about to show you is not any tune in particular. It can apply to lots of different tunes in the key of G. What I want you to use this pattern for is getting used to modulating between one chord and another at speed. That's really one of the keys to being able to walk into a jam session and be able to create good backup. The first thing you need to be able to do, aside from play good right hand rhythm, is to be able to move between chords in time. So we're going to keep it super simple. We're just going to be modulating between open G in standard G tuning and a C chord. And then of course you would take this pattern as a rough guide and you would keep your ears open in the key of G and see if you could play along with a tune using a pattern similar to the one I'm about to show you. Now the chords may be at different points, so you can't just take this pattern and map it onto any tune in G. You've got to listen especially to what a guitar or bass is doing, and then you can use this basic idea of vamping and apply it to the tune at hand. Okay, so let me show you the pattern. I'm going to play it with a metronome, and I would advise you to do that as well as you get used to the pattern. It will simulate playing with others in a jam situation, and we're going to start at 90 BPM, and I'm using my phone today as my metronome. Okay, here we go. Show you the pattern, then I'll ramp it up 2 different tempo levels, and then I'll talk about the pattern at the end, just like Banjo Blitz. All right, now that was 90 BPM. I'm going to bump it up to 120. All right, and let's go to 140, which is sometimes a tempo that you would find a dance band playing at. Whew, that's fast. Whew, fast. Okay. So, a couple things. Let's talk about how to make this a little bit more interesting and better for your playing. We can play this with a double thumbing pattern too, where we are peeling off that 5th string after every downstroke. It would sound like this. After every downstroke on the 3rd and 4th strings, I'm hitting a ditty on the 1st string and the 5th string. So that important thing to note in this pattern is an absence of brush strokes. The brush stroke is a big lateral move across the instrument. And I've found in my experience that while you can play that fast, that sort of classic Seeger bum ditty fast, it's harder to play for long periods of time when you're doing big lateral movements across the strings. And if you're playing in a linear style, you're moving in and out of the banjo, and that is a really efficient and economical way, especially if you're playing at a faster jam, you'll be able to keep up with the music for a lot longer. So practice the transition between these two chords from the G, the open G, to that C shape. Transitioning between chords in time is something that will be demanded of you as a backup player at a jam session. So getting comfortable at a variety of different tempos, moving between chords, is a really great way to prepare. So next week, I'm going to show you how to take this basic pattern and apply it to other keys and other tunings. So you will have a basic blueprint in the 4 major keys and tunings that you will find at an old time jam session. So tune in for next week. Again, the tab is available for my patrons over at Patreon and lots of other stuff there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday on Banjo Quest.